What's up guys, and welcome to my very first YouTube video. I'm so excited to be here. I wanted to start a YouTube channel because I just wanted to share any wisdom that I have gained over the years with you. And that's in regards to business, lifestyle, investing, anything like that. I'm on a huge journey at the moment where I'm trying to balance a full-time job, starting my own business, investing in property, and also doing all of that with an appropriate work-life balance, which is an incredible journey to be on. I'm so grateful to have the opportunities that I do have, but it is also a lot of work at the time. And I just think the more that we talk about all of these different areas of our life, the more we can connect and help each other grow and be better in general. So let's jump in. Today, I wanted to chat to you about Facebook ads. It's definitely one of the major roles in marketing that I use at the moment. And it's something that I know a lot of business owners really struggle with, especially with targeting. So I'm going to be diving deep into how to target and how to find your audience on Facebook ads. So a lot of business owners will say, I've used Facebook ads before and they didn't work, or no, we tried it, but it didn't work. Our audience isn't on those platforms, or our audience isn't interested in buying, and it doesn't work for our business. And it kind of just isn't the case. So I hate to burst your bubble if you are one of those business owners who think you've tried it before and it didn't work for your audience. It's simply not true. Yes, you do have to be considerate of where your audience is hanging out, what platforms they are on, and that kind of thing. But you can definitely find your audience on Instagram and Facebook. Their audiences are spread really wide. So if your ads weren't working, it's probably because you didn't have your targeting or your messaging right. But today we're going to focus on targeting. I'm going to go through the different ways that you can target on Facebook ads, how you can find your audience. So before we jump in, I just want to preface this video with one thing. I want you to be really open to testing. So if you have tried it before and it didn't work, well then you know that it takes more than one go to get it right. Sometimes you can get it right the first time, and if you do a lot of market research and you really know your audience well, that can happen, but it doesn't happen always. And even if you do know your audience very well, it doesn't mean it's going to happen for you. So be really open-minded, understand that there is going to be a testing phase or a learning phase that you have to overcome before your Facebook ads start to work really well for you. Now, I'm going to say Facebook ads a lot, but I just also want to put a disclaimer that I mean Facebook and Instagram. So Instagram is obviously owned by Facebook, or Meta as it is now called, and so when you're running Facebook ads, you run them on both platforms. You can exclude Instagram or exclude Facebook if you want to, but generally to get the most reach, you will run them across both platforms. So let's dive in. So generally there are 5 different ways that we can target audiences using Facebook. So there are your interest base, there's your demographics, behaviors, you can create custom audiences, and you can also create lookalike audiences. So I'm going to go through each of these different audiences with you and explain them. And there's different stages in your business that you would use each one of these audiences. So you may be in a stage where you're using all of those different audience spaces to target your ads because you're running multiple different campaigns. I'm guessing that you're just in the beginner stage, which means you're really trying to attract your audience to your business. You're trying to grow your followers, you're trying to grow your email list, and you're trying to find more people who want to engage with your business and eventually purchase from you. So what we're going to start with is Introspace Audience. So if you have a small following on social media, if you have a small email list or no email list or no following on social media, Introspace is definitely going to be the audience that you're going to start with. So what you can do with Introspace is you can find things or input things that your audience is interested in. So for example, I am a Facebook and funnel strategy coach. So I know that my audience is going to be interested in people like Amy Porterfield, who does a lot of marketing and a lot of business, and she helps other people with creating courses. So that's amazing because I know my audience will be interested in doing that, in creating courses. So I could put in Amy Porterfield as an interest. It doesn't have to be a person that you put in. So you can put in so many different things into interests. So other things, I'm targeting business owners, so female entrepreneurs, that could be an interest, or freelancing, that could be an interest that I'm targeting. So for other things, you might want to target beauty. So if you are a beauty product that you're trying to sell, you might want to target beauty influencers. Now, when you are searching for people on Facebook, not everyone will come up. So this does have to do, I guess, with the audience size that they have, but not always. Sometimes people who have millions of followers or hundreds of thousands of followers still don't come up in Facebook Introspace targeting. So it is kind of luck of the draw, and you just have to get who you can get, but try and start putting in some people and see who you can find. Who might your audience be interested in, or what might they be interested in? For beauty-based ones, they'd definitely be interested in brands. So Mecca, MAC, that kind of thing. Go and find the types of things that they're interested in and put them in. Now, you can also layer your interest-based audience with behaviors. So behaviors are things like engaged shoppers. So Facebook knows if you are an engaged shopper because it can see that you're clicking on shopping ads or you're clicking on shopping posts and you're going through and you're purchasing those. So you can actually put that into your targeting. I want to target engaged shoppers because I'm trying to sell my services or sell my products. You can also target Facebook page admins. So again, going back to my example, I'm a business owner. So I would target people who are a Facebook page admin or a business page admin because I want to target other business owners. Then we do our demographics layer. So the demographics might include parents. So let's say you are a mums and bubs fitness trainer. So you would be able to target mums with children aged 0 to 2. Or you can, I think it goes from 0 to 6 months and then 6 months to 2. And there's all these different brackets that you can do within that. Or you can target parents as a demographic. You can target different job titles. I know there are a lot of businesses out there who do sales systems specifically for dentists. So you can actually put in the job title dentist, layer that with a business page admin, layer that with the type of things that they'll be interested in, and then there you go, you have your audience because you're targeting dentists who own their own practice. That's why they're a business page admin, who have these sorts of interests. So they might be interested in email marketing, sales system, HubSpot, whatever it could be. So that is how you would use behaviors, interests, and demographics to layer your audience and to create a cold audience. So these are people who are not aware of your brand before, who don't know you and are interacting with you for the first time via your ad. So they're considered a cold audience. Once your business grows a little bit and you start to create more followers, you start to build your email list, or if you're already there, then you can start creating custom audiences. So custom audiences are really cool. Basically, this is how we use retargeting to show ads back to our audience or someone who has engaged with us. So you can create a custom audience based on people who have visited your website, visited specific pages on your website. A really great one to use at the moment because it's more accurate for tracking is your Facebook and your Instagram engaged audience. They're a perfect audience for retargeting. You can also use your email list to retarget. So that means uploading your email list into Facebook and it creates an audience around that. And there's heaps of other ways that you can create custom audience as well, based on events, based on actions taken, video views, that kind of thing. So you can definitely have a huge play around with that, and that means that you can create a really big retargeting audience. And the benefit of a retargeting audience is that they're a warm audience. They have interacted with your brand, they have engaged with you before, so they're already aware of you and they've already got that know factor. So when you're retargeting them with your ads, you can get them to engage another time, and then you build trust, you build more awareness, you build that know, like, and trust factor, and that's when they're more willing to buy from you. You can always send through retargeting for specials and things like that. If you send through the specials to a cold audience, people who don't know you, they're less likely to take action. But if you send through those specials to your warm audience, they're more likely to take action because they already know you and they've already engaged with you before. And that brings us to our final audience, which is lookalike audiences. So lookalike audiences have received a little bit of bad press lately, and they're definitely something that I still recommend testing, but I know a lot of people are having issues with them since Apple iOS 14.4 update. And basically what a lookalike audience is based on those custom audiences that you've created, people who are engaged with your Instagram, Facebook, and things like that. You can create a lookalike audience. So what a lookalike audience is Facebook will find people who are similar to your existing custom audiences. So if we were using our Facebook and Instagram engaged audience, Facebook would go ahead and find people who are similar to the people who already follow us on Instagram or Facebook, which is really amazing because that means we're going to be tracking the similar type of people. Unfortunately, this audience has been a little bit iffy lately. I've still had some really great experiences with a lookalike audience, so I definitely still recommend testing it. And like I said at the beginning of the video, all of this just requires testing. So really with Facebook ads, you need to be willing to invest some money without a return, especially at the beginning. The reason being is if it takes you a month or 2 months to get your ads and targeting right and to get them working, well, you're not going to get a return on investment for that period. Also, if you're just trying to grow your audience at this stage, you can run some really low cost ads, so $10, $15 a day. It's not going to cost you that much and you can begin to grow your audience. So when you get to that period when your audience is big enough and you can retarget to them, you can retarget them with sales ads, and that's when you'll make your return on investment. So just like anything in business and in life, the best investments have long-term gratification, not short-term gratification. So always keep in mind there is a testing phase. Be willing to make an investment that you're not going to get back right away, and just have fun with it. You know, you don't have to worry about it too much. Just spend $10 a day, have some fun learning and testing and growing your audience, and you really will see some amazing results.